Have you ever wondered how an annuity works? Well, in this video, I'll draw out a simple illustration to help you understand how they work. My name is Ethan Meikle, co-founder of Scenic Financial. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos every week. Okay, so the way an annuity works is simply you're going to take your money and give it over into an insurance company. And in exchange for giving your money, they're going to give you back some sort of guarantee. So what happens to your money once it's over at the insurance company is it's going to be growing over a period of time. So each year the account should grow. This is what they call the accumulation phase. At some point in the future, you're going to want to start to take income from your annuity. So then you'll start a distribution and you'll start receiving income payments for life. And the whole purpose of the annuity is they're usually going to give you some sort of guarantee during the accumulation phase to ensure that you're going to be gaining a certain amount of money each and every year. And once you start taking income off of your annuity, you're going to get a paycheck for the rest of your life. So it's not unreasonable to see that your account value is going to go down over time. And at some point, you're going to have a zero account value. But because you're an annuity, the company's obligated to keep paying you each and every year past that. So the main purpose of these type of annuities is to help offset the chance of you outliving your money. So when you're taking money from an annuity, this is what it's designed to do, is to pay you income for the rest of your life guaranteed. You don't have to worry about stock markets or taking out too much money in a given year. It's all guaranteed. What this demonstrates is something called an income annuity. And now this is predominantly the one that most people buy when they're going into annuity contracts. And this type of annuity, you're really just going for income. If you don't need income, then this specific type of annuity doesn't really work well for you because chances are you're going to be paying a fee for that guaranteed income that you may never even take. So if you're looking just to accumulate annuity, you're going to want to use an annuity designed for growth. So if we draw the same picture we did earlier, and we put money into this type of annuity, and we're going to get some sort of increase over the years, what we can do is actually unbundle this. And what unbundle means is we're not going to elect to take a rider or an option. So essentially there's no distributions coming out of it. We're going to stay in the accumulation phase for the entire contract. So this is what they call a growth annuity. This is going to work a lot more like your other investments, and that their only real goal is to grow over time. So we're looking at the accumulation phase of an annuity. There are a few different ways it can grow, and it depends on the type of annuity you chose. There's one called a variable annuity. These have no guarantees on the money that you invest into it. They can increase, they can decrease, and you can lose money in these things. So over time, they're going to be up and down depending on how the market does. This acts just like any other investment vehicle you have. Because it's inside of an annuity show, you're going to get tax deferral no matter what source that money is from. Now, variable annuities have a subset to them, and they call these guys buffer annuities. And they work pretty much like this. You're going to be tied to an index of some sort. You're going to have a cap associated with it. So the cap is the most you can earn, and they'll have something called a buffer or downside protection. Granted, it's only partial. And let's just say, as an example, the cap is 10%, and you're going to have a buffer, and we'll just say they give you a 10% buffer. Let's just say the market one year returned 8%. You're also going to get 8%. This is you here. Now let's say the market went up 20% in a given year. You're going to be stuck at that cap. So all you'll get that year is the cap rate of 10%. Now, when the markets go down, they're going to protect you for up to 10% of losses. So let's say the market 1 year loses 5%. You're going to be right here at 0. It's a flat year for you. You didn't lose any money. The company took the loss for you. And if the market takes a plunge, and let's say it lost 20% in a given year, the company's going to eat the 10% of losses for you. So you're going to have a 10% loss on your side. Keep in mind that these are variable contracts and you can lose money in these. They're a slightly safer option than variable annuities, but there are other options out there to consider as well. The next type of annuity out there is something called a fixed index annuity. So what's happening within a fixed index annuity is you're going to be indexed to the market. So the market's going to go and do whatever it does, right? This is your market. You're going to be indexed to the market, so you're going to get a portion of that gain each year, and you'll get none of the losses. So these things have a 0% floor. So anytime the market goes down, you don't lose any. And these index accounts basically lock in any gains every single anniversary, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, will depend on the exact type or contract. But every time you hit an anniversary, your value gets locked in. So if this is year 1, our value is going to increase. We're going to get a portion of it. We're going to lock in here. It's going to lock in again in year 2. We see from year 2 to 3, we had a loss in the market. So in this year, you're just going to go flat, straight across. You're not going to lose any money here. In years 3 to 4, we had an increase. So it's going to go up. 4 to 5, it's going to be a flat year, and then so on and so forth. This is basically how an index annuity works. The other type of annuity out there is something called a fixed annuity. And this is pretty much a straightforward guaranteed rate of return, and your account's pretty much just going to grow like this at a guaranteed rate, I don't know, 2, maybe 3%, depending on the contract, maybe more. Now, these interest rates will change each and every year in this type of contract. The subset of a fixed annuity is something called a MYGA, which just means for multiple year guaranteed annuity. It works the same way, only that they're going to guarantee the rate, say 2 or 3%, for a period longer than 1 year. So it's still going to grow about the same. All it does is guarantee you're going to get interest rate for the entire contract, whether it's 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years. It's going to depend on the exact contract. All right, so that's basically the different types of them out there. And just to recap, variable annuities, there's no guarantee behind it. The account's going to rise and fall with the market. The buffer version of it, you're going to get what the market does up to a certain point. Any gains past that point, the company's going to keep. So in exchange for taking that cap, they're going to give you something called a buffer, in which the company's going to eat the first chunk of losses for you. How much of losses they'll cover will depend on the type of contract. As long as the market doesn't fall past that buffer, you're going to get a 0 return for that year. So with fixed index annuities, you're going to be indexed to the market. So essentially, you're going to rise when the market rises by a certain percentage. When the market loses value, you're going to take a 0 for that year, where you maintain your principal. And every time you hit an anniversary, your gains are going to be locked in and can't be taken away from you. And then you have things called a fixed annuity, which works a lot like a CD. You're just given a guaranteed rate of return. A normal fixed annuity, the rate may change on the anniversary. When you have a MYGA, these things work a lot more like a CD in that you're going to be guaranteed the interest rate for the entire time period that you bought into it. Whether it's 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you got that interest rate guaranteed for the life of the contract. So those are the different types of annuities you have out there. For those of you wondering what happens behind the scenes, what the insurance company does with my money, and how can they actually guarantee that my money won't fall at the market or provide me with lifetime income, it works kind of like this. Is you're going to give money over to that insurance company. They're going to take your money, and they're going to take a portion of it and invest it in something called options. The rest of this money gets held in safe investments tied to usually to the US Treasury, so you can get some sort of guaranteed interest rate on them, and you know that money's not going anywhere. For the options portion, when they buy an option contract, they're really just buying the right to buy a stock or sell a stock. And if that option contract turns out not to be profitable, they simply don't execute the option, and then all they're going to be is out the money they paid for it. If it goes over into options, what they're going to do is choose to buy something called a call or a put. And a call is just a right to buy, and a put just means sell. So once they have this contract, they earn the right to buy or sell. So if the fund that they're watching goes up in value, they may execute the buy call and sell it at this point, and this is going to be their profit. In selling, they're hoping the opposite happens, is they're going to try and sell it at a lower point, and they're going to profit from anything between 0 and where that price was. If the market doesn't cooperate and do what the company wants it to do, they simply don't execute the contract, and they're going to be out the money they used to buy it. Now, because we had a set price on what we bought the contract for, we know exactly where our loss is going to be at the most going into it. So it's a calculated risk, and it's a way to hedge investments. And that's how insurance companies work and how they can provide you with guarantees. All right, so I hope you guys have a better understanding of how that annuity works and whether you want one designed for accumulation or income. Be sure to hit that button to subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in becoming a personal client of my firm, then I invite you to click below to apply. And I hope to see you guys next week. And remember, your future depends on what you do today.